Radiant team.
Hey everyone out there, how's it going? Hope everyone's doing well. I want to thank you very much already for stopping by on this January 8th evening here on the East Coast, 7:05 p.m. And I know there's a lot of bigger, better Dota matches out there. The D2L finals are happening right now in Vegas, but let's give a shout out right now for the little guy, alright? It's Amateur Dota 2 League Season 2 with your amateur caster KOTLGuy here. And we're going to go ahead and get the ball rolling. You can catch me live streaming right now. For those of you tuning in right away on Dota TV, you can catch me over at twitch.tv/KOTLGuy, where I am streaming live and interacting with the chat occasionally. You can also find my Dota trivia bot that I threw together. Well, I used the bot code from someone else, but I typed in each of those questions letter for letter, so thank you very much for making use of it. Not required though, I just enjoy your presence, so thank you everyone for coming by. And also, all these matches will be put up, VOD style, on my YouTube page at youtube.com/KOTLGuy. So, well, enough about me. Let's go ahead and get to the match at hand. The drafting has become, and it is going to be a match between Wingardium versus Random Mouse Click. I believe it's Random Mouse Clicks as a full, but Random Mouse Click, RMC, how have you? So the drafting has begun, and we're seeing a lot of those typical bans right away. They get rid of the Clockwork Venomancer on one side, and then Wingardium gets rid of Slark and the OD. Their first snag will be the Alchemist, which we've been seeing a lot of lately. Alchemist has slowly been filling that role that Elder Titan once had when he was, before he got nerfed up a little bit right there. People still proficiently picked up the Elder Titan and played him in this very versatile manner. The same way we're seeing Alchemist now, You can change his role and his laning on the fly. So what that means is, typically when you first grab, let's say, an Elder Titan, he's really good in that off lane. That's where he thrives the most. But if you notice that the other team starts to build around that and build up a strong lane for him to go against, you can shuffle him over to the middle. So he's played in a variety of ways, styles, and that's how we're seeing Alchemist as well. He's lately a prime support, but we've also still been seeing it played in the mid. We saw that last night, and picking up the armlet and starting to bring in some heavy damage. So I'm real curious how that's going to go. Ryu Boris is in the house, everyone. Let's go ahead and play the Imba flute. Ryu Boris is here. New member of Team E-Hug. He's going to be my neighbor here in NYC. Welcome, one and all. We're here to watch some quality NA Dota. It doesn't get more quality than Ryu Boris. Anyways, going back, we got the Alchemist. They're going to follow that up with the Mirana. Meanwhile, in Wingardium, they grab Visage and the Weaver as well. So they grab up one of the best supports, if not the best support in the game right now, in Visage. And why is he so good? Well, he's just got so many tools to work with. Early game, he is a beast. Alright, his Grave Chill slow, his extremely long distance Soul Assumption, which does a huge amount of damage if he's even combo together with the likes of maybe a Timbersaw or anyone who could put out heavy burst damage early. Wow, that Soul Assumption will rip you apart, and it just comes. I don't know how to continue the statement without sounding really sexual, so I'm just gonna stop it right there. It's a beast though. He's a beast early, if and the Timbersaw is still available if they want to grab that. But they grab the Weaver second, which that's also something we've been seeing a lot lately. Why is it that we've been seeing Weaver picked up early now? Maybe Ryu Boris can answer that question, but he's becoming a really great late gamer again. He's just so elusive, and he's hard to really pin down and control, and but on the other side, he's still very farm dependent. You got to get that survivability right off the bat. You got to pick up that Lincoln Sphere or potential BKB to even begin to think about getting that damage and being a real problem. So Wingardium, I feel, is slowly picking up more of that late game kind of style. They're not going to go for that heavy burst down mid, which Random Mouse Clicks might be going for. They might be going for the Alchemist, being able to roam early, and then of course Mirana can make shit happen in the mid game. And look at that, Wingardium does pick up the Timbersaw as their third pick. So there we go, like peanut butter and jelly. We're going to see Timbersaw and Visage run together in a lane, and I'm predicting more of a 2-1-2 kind of a lane setup right there. And how it works is Timbersaw, you know, extremely mobile and, like I said before, heavy burst damage and heavy pure damage at that. Not just some bullshit magic damage. This is real hardcore hitting damage. And when you put that together with the Visage and his Soul Assumption, you're going to get hurt. So now RMC has to think about how they can counter that out. First, let's give a quick shout out to Random Mouse Clicks. Extremely awesome avatar they got rolling here. If you can't really tell, that is a Nature's Prophet smoking a cigar with some slick deal with the glasses right there. So that's great. For their third pickup, they do grab the Lion, which is always good. Nice, reliable support who's got a great stun. Obviously, a heavy burst down with the Finger of Death. If he's able to get past maybe a potential Lincoln Sphere or just get it early enough, he can lay some punishment here on the Weaver. Weaver is relatively squishy until he gets those items, so he can be a nice target for Lion. Or maybe they just have a nice bit of synergy here. I mean, already Alchemist, Mirana, Lion, we have 3 different decent disables there. Now, as far as bans go, though, Random Mouse Clicks, they get rid of the Bristleback as well as the Death Prophet. Both of them together, they have pretty decent, you know, pushing power. Death Prophet's been shown a lot. Great proficient mid laner, which Wingardium are still looking for, a mid laner, who adds a lot of potential when she reaches level 6, getting that heavy exorcism to burst down, melt down those towers. And, of course, the benefit of always having the silence, especially against the Timbersaw, doesn't hurt. So, no real surprises. RMC, they don't want to deal with the kind of silence, so they get rid of the Death Prophet. But this does leave Storm Spirit in the pool. Storm Spirit is a prime holder of an Orchid, and he's got great lockdown ability and great roaming potential. But then again, Wingardium, I don't know if they're going for that kind of late game. But it's just perfect. Because Storm Spirit works so well with Weaver. He's just such a good, what does LD say? A good vehicle, if you will. Oh no, I'm thinking of Lifestealer. What is wrong with me? No, not the Weaver. I was thinking if they got Lifestealer instead. But that won't even be the case. They're going to go for Puck right away. So that's another good silence instead. We'll just forget I said any of that. They grab the Puck. Who does have the silence instead to work against? And they quickly pick out the Invoker last. Scooby jumping on it right away. So maybe Scooby's just a really proficient Invoker player. But it seemed like they didn't even care to see what Wingardium were even going to play in their mid. They were like, we already know we're doing Invoker, we're going to get it right away. By the way, also, they grabbed the Elder Titan, which we were talking about earlier. So as the lanes are right now, we'll begin to throw out a bit of a theory craft here. But I'm seeing that we could throw this Elder Titan now in that off lane, or Mirana. You know, you got to consider Mirana has that leap. But as it is right now, Mirana's the only other kind of potential late game. Actually, they could do Alchemist here. They have a lot of options. My initial thinking is maybe they could roll with the Elder Titan in the off lane and then have Mirana, Alchemist, Lion work together in that trifecta stun aggressiveness and really make something happen. Meanwhile, on your dire side, obviously they can go with Timbersaw in your off lane and have Weaver roll along with the Visage, Crystal Main, who are also potential good roamers early and can gank down that mid lane, and then obviously have a Puck go in your mid. So with that said, the games have begun, so let's go ahead and roll out a few introductions here. Starting with your Radiant side, which will be Wingardium. Your blue player is going to be Foog Os. I should have taken the time to look over these names ahead of time, so I'm prepared for what I have to see. So hopefully these names aren't too crazy here. Frugos is playing your Crystal Main. She's actually already heading to the top lane. She's not holding smoke, so they're not going to maybe do anything aggressive. Maybe she's just going to play that heavy babysitter role here for Weaver. Weaver is going to be played up by Shadow Ranger. On your mid lane Puck, it will be Slappy Leroux. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I know it's not Leroux. I'm thinking it's more Leroux. Slappy Leroux. I'll just go with that if I'm wrong. Oh well, sounds cooler anyways. Meanwhile, Timbersaw, it's Dundee on your bottom lane, and it will be Visage joining the top lane as well. This is going to be a defensive setup here, and it's going to be Dreams on your Visage. Meanwhile, on your Radiant side, this is Random Mouse Clicks, and leading off the front will be Mirana. Mirana is Axe Boy. He's going to be heading to your off lane here. And on the sidelines, you can see it's going to be Rops on your Lion, as well as Weeboo's Bonobo on your Alchemist. Quick smoke out. They're looking to be aggressive early. They're going to roll through the jungle, but they might not see anyone. We'll see if they hold out and try to go for Dundee. And quickly, the safe lane play will be Elder Titan, and that's going to be played by Random Mouse Clicks Lol Hat. So with that said, the games are underway. We'll quickly throw out your last to deny window right away. And it looked like Weaver was trying to scout out the rune here, but it is actually bottom. It's an Alchemist haste now in your mid lane, and this is not good. Puck has the orb early, might be able to get away, quickly throws it out defensively, nice dodge, the stun will land, but it will not matter. Alchemist thinking about going on this, but it's a lost cause now. I mean, yeah, you'll scare him away, you'll pull him away, I guess, which does work out. This allows a little bit of extra time for Invoker to get that CS in there, so I like it. Wow, look at that, he is punching down that bug with that haste. Get the hell out of this lane right now. This is allowing some time for Scooby to get a little extra right clicks in, and look at that, he's already 2-2 above Puck, which hasn't even had the opportunity to get anything in there. Meanwhile, bottom, you know, I'm feeling that maybe Timbersaw is going to have to play it a little cautious. Can't get too caught out if he's successfully stunned here by Rops, followed up with a Sacred Arrow, and that's a serious amount of lockdown. Bottom lane, it's going to be more relatively even. I already know that they're playing more defensively here. They're just going to consider trying to create some space for Weaver, you know, to get a little bit extra farm. And you're right, it's a fairy. It's a fairy. It's a fairy bug. Dundee in your bottom lane, pretty happy with his CS. 6-0 when going against a lane like this is not too bad, but already it's looking like Mirana's thinking of being aggressive. Timbersaw steps back. He knows Alchemist is not in mid lane anymore, and he's there. He's going to pop the stun. They're thinking about making a move here on Dundee, where he's already running back, not getting on the trees. Ooh, Timber Chain misses. This could be pretty bad here. Mirana has to find the arrow. She'll leap aside to get it. Sunstrike goes out, gets him. Your first blood will go for random light clicks, but actually right at the same time, Mirana takes a Timbersaw gets. They traded. I got a little flabbergasted and excited about how it went down. They do trade the kill, so Timbersaw does get something out of it. So right away, 1-1 Dundee uses the TP to get right back in the lane, take advantage of those creeps right under the tower, and hoping to go with a bit of an even null. So very aggressive play early here by Weebu. Fog scouting out. They know that the creep pull's happening here. A little bit of that extra support. Elder Titan to get what he can. He's only 2-0 in CS when you compare that to Weaver's 10-6, but they're going on right now. There goes the Sakuchi. A lot of extra damage. Will not matter, and that's what we're Visage. Dreams gets the job done, throwing out the Soul Assumption. And that's that early aggression I was talking about there in the draft. 3 minutes in, we're 2-1 right now. With an early advantage to Wingardium already. Look at this aggressiveness here. Alchemist hanging in the sidelines. He wants to be posing a threat at all times on the Timbersaw. Timbersaw, his focus has got to be, I want to get to that level 6 right away. I want to get that ultimate. I want to be able to harass. I want to be able to snowball. That's when he really comes into his own. You know, you want to be able to get the arcane boots right away, then get that bloodstone and try to, you know, funnel in as many kills as possible, get as many charges and stacks on the bloodstone. That's when you really begin to shine. Well, Fog. This is why Crystal Maiden's so good. You just use that Frostbite, and you can get some decent jungle farm right here on the side. And you get to not steal any of that farm from the Weaver. Shadow Ranger very happy to just consistently farm here in the lane. He's leading the front right now. He's 16-7 on CS, so nice early start for him. Does he go for the Midas in this case? I mean, he does seem to be side. Maybe possible early drums for that little bit of extra survivability, and then he can see how the game plays out before deciding to go into the Lincolns. Or possibly the BKB. Now, let's take a moment to look over that since aggression has slowed down here. But just as I say that, DD is in your bottom lane. And you know what that means. It's a KOTLGuy Boom Report. That's right. The DD was picked up by Alchemist. It does appear that Weebu and Ropes want to use the smoke to run in mid lane. Oh no, Scooby's got to be careful here. Getting a bit aggressive play. They're making a loop on the back. Does the tower see him? I'm not too sure. We don't see the indicator there. Scooby has to be careful. They're going to turn the corner and go. They're going to run into Dreams here. Dreams gets caught out. The quick hex. There goes the stun to follow. Followed by Alchemist plus the Sunstrike in. There you go. Visage is taken down and he's out for the count. Apologies there on the console. But there we go. Game even up. 5 minutes in. 2 for 2 as Random Mouse Clicks happy to get a successful gank in there. Axe Boy, though, while they're all getting distracted up in the mid lane, playing it very cautiously. Timbersaw knows now that she doesn't have the backup, but she's going to play it kind of like that bounty hunter style. Hide in the jungle, just kind of get any easy XP. Don't, you know, overplay anything, but Mirana's happy to take all this extra farm. Already got the phase boots, so very nice quick farm for her, and now has that extra base damage to really pelt on the Timbersaw and run him down. So that by the time her babysitters or roaming support come back to the lane, they can think about making a move on him. But they're already top. Ropes and Weebu, the Bash Brothers, the Stun Buddies, making a move here on Weaver. Nice sentry laid out. They're going to catch him. Alchemist throws out the stun. Suntrike. And this is a recipe for disaster right now. Ooh, nice follow back there. They get the Soul Assumption in the coil to finish out the Lion. Now they're going for Lolhat. Ooh. One more hit would have done it. Alchemist will fall. They trade 2 for 1. It's working out for the better. Invoker forced to rotate top now. They're trying to get Dreams. Dreams will fall. They trade 2 for 2. Now Lolhat eating a lot of damage here. Has to turn the corner. Trying to use the fog. Nice slow though from the Invoker. Izaku doing a good job. Scooby Izaku gets the triple. Nice. Now putting his attention on the puck, but he has half-life and mana. Eats damage from that orb. Can they kite this one out? They have to be careful. Elder Titan doesn't have enough mana. Here comes Weaver now. Woo! Weaver ends up getting the kill on Scooby and takes that little bit of bounty of 513 gold. Wow, that was really back and forth and hard to like keep track of what was happening there. But ooh, they want more right here. Lolhat. Oh, he's uncovered. Here we go. Weaver. He's going to get it. He's making a run. He needs a few more last clicks. No, he won't commit. He won't commit. He's scattered out ropes from behind, but here comes Visage. Big damage. This is going to be drawn out. He wants to get it. He's making a run. Can he do it? He gets it. Nice one right there for the Weaver as he ends up picking up another kill. This game is quite the Dota event already. 7 minutes in. It went very back and forth. It's hard to tell who took the advantage. I know at one point Invoker got the triple kill, which is great for him. He has got that investment in phase boots at about 1k, but he also fed over that bounty to the Weaver, who's probably the worst person to give the extra gold to. So I have to say the Radiant team got to be pretty happy here. He's got 1k already, the Ring of Health. He is going to go for that early Lincolns. And 3110 CS. 2 for 1 as far as kills, deaths. So it's hard to say how that really went, but it's pretty successful, I would say, for the Radiant team. Meanwhile, Dundee's been trying to get what he can bottom lane. Both him and Mirana have been committed to farming out this bottom lane. They're like, I don't care what kind of fights are happening up there in the top lane. I got to get my farm here. You know, maybe Axeboy's feeling like he's the true reliable late game for his team, and he doesn't want to waver away. He knows that Weaver's up there committing to the farm and now getting a couple of kills. Mirana has to focus on getting some farm herself right away. She gets at the Blade of Alacrity. Most likely this will turn into that, early, reliable Yasha to hold for a little bit of extra damage. A little bit, extra. Oh no, mid lane here. Scooby gets frosted up, puts the wall, but it's in a bad place. Tries to throw out the Sunstrike, but it will not matter. Will Slappy pay for it? Slappy Laurel throws out the Rift. He's trying to get away. Visage getting Alchemist to step back, and they end up trading 1 for none right there. Nice rotation from Frug and keep forgetting their name. Visage is Dreams. Good rotation by Frug and Dreams to go to the mid lane and get the Invoker taken down. Now
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Wingardium
attack.
take the lead 7-6.
Radiant structures
Good
are
ward there, but it is
fortified.
immediately scouted out by Dundee. He's going to let his support know, and they'll do their best to take care of that. Crystal Main does have Sentry in hand and will make the long trek down there to get it. Meanwhile, Axeboy still slowly farming away. He's got the Blade of Alacrity. Now, he's about a recipe away from having that Yasha, but Dundee's level 6 now. Timber chain in, won't catch him. Quick leap away. Doesn't even want to risk it. Weaver still hanging tight in your top lane. He's holding that 1,500 gold. It becomes more of, he's probably going to go for that early ultimate orb, I would say. Goes for the pull. Nicely done to get the lane back in his favor. And let's talk about Lolhat here. He was having a little bit of struggle there early. He was, in a pretty tough lane. Wasn't expecting the defensive try. But now he's trying to get what farm he can. And you got to remember, Elder Titan with Natural Order can always turn any sort of fight around. Whatever advantage you think the other team has, an Elder Titan can change things up. So it will be really hard to see how this game can go, even if Wingardium end up taking an early advantage. Ooh, nice call out. Ryoboras says, Potom going with the early Sacred Arrow. level 4, which isn't always an interesting choice. Nope, can't dodge that. Soul Assumption will still land even after Leap not disjointable. Uh-oh, Dundee gets caught up with the stun. Nice follow-up with the arrow. Hex, bit of bad timing there. Could have waited out in the Hex. Oh no, will he get away because of it? He might. Ropes, big mistake. Now, a bit of redemption as Visage helps clean up. Ooh, will not catch with the Sunstrike. Dundee steps aside. What I was trying to say right there was Roops mistimed that a little bit. He would have been stunned a little bit longer. He immediately throws out the Hex instead. He could have got maybe 1 to 2 auto attacks in, then throw out the Hex. Then you can work from there and maybe get him down, but a bit of a misplay there. But what we were talking about before that is AxeBoy actually going with the level 4 Sacred Arrow. A lot of players feel that as long as you're... I mean, this is my opinion here, and I know I don't max Arrow. I like to max the Starstorm early, and then kind of back and forth with the Sacred Arrow and the Leap. I mean, Leap with such a long cooldown is a little rough as the game goes on and you know, other lanes begin to gain. You kind of want to have Leap a little more often. So, the stun's always the same is the big thing. Level 1 to 4. So as long as the stun is the same and you have a heavy burst down with your Starstorm, it's not too necessary to level up the damage. But to each their own, and we'll see if it works out for AxeBoy in this game, right? We're going to be very biased. Very unbiased, rather, about how we feel with Mirana here. Meanwhile, Slappy Leroux, he's got his coil, obviously. Bottle and 1800. Look, he's going to farm right into that Blink Dagger. Coil right out on Scooby. Scooby's going to get a bit of damage, and here comes the cavalry as they step in from behind and get the job done. Both Dreams and Froogs making the rotation plays happen for them. And whatever happened to the rotation plays of the Alchemist on random right clicks here? Or random middle clicks? Random mouse clicks. Random mouse clicks. Sorry, guys. I know they're going to probably watch this and like, who the hell is this guy? He can't even pronounce our name right. I like that. Visage picks up the early medallion. You know, typical cookie cutter style for Visage, but it just works so nicely. And what happens with that is it synergizes so well with Weaver. He gets that Desolator later on. You're dealing with a lot of extra Midas armor, and consider getting that Roche. They're putting early aggression here. Lolhat taken down right away. Here comes Scooby. Scooby on the Invoker throws out the Spirits. Going to try to burst down. Crystal Maid taken with him, but will not be successful. That's a quick 2-man takedown right now for Wingardium right now. So a bit of a misplay coming right in. Meanwhile, what happened down on the bottom lane? Mirana was actually taken down by her Timbersaw. I did not catch that right there. Uh-oh. Weebo's Bonobu eating a lot of damage. Familiars doing some heavy work. Man, that was just Visage alone. God, that hero's so good. As long as he's in the right hands. So good. Good aggressive ward also out early. They're beginning to control the jungle. And that's one of the best things you can do after you take out this tier 1. You take out the tier 1, you know, random mouse clicks are not able to TP here anymore to help out, and now you can begin to control the jungle and gain that much map control. They already see the line running right in. Will they turn on this? Shadow Ranger knows it's coming, so he's got to play cautiously. Sakuchi's around to scout out. Will not see them. And I don't think Lion will be able to get in there to make anything happen. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we did see Mirana get taken out. She has that Yasha now, but Dundee now can do some heavy bursts. He's actually going for an early mechanism, you know, right after the Arcane Boots. So good on him. Maybe he feels that Crystal Maiden isn't quite bringing up enough farm to get a mechanism in any sort of reliable time. Instead, we'll just commit her to being that ward bitch for now. But man, she looks kind of naughty with that pigtail look. Uh-oh, here we go. Lolhat under the gun once again, trying to make a run for it. And he'll be taken down to 0-3 as Shadow Ranger is happy to take up a killing spree, enhancing his score right now to 3-1-4. Random mouse clicks are still hiding out in this jungle. They have the cover of the Moonlight Shadow. Alchemist waiting back in the wings. He's got his unstable concoction in his hand, ready to go. He wants to make it land on someone, but he's not going to find him. So good smart play handing out here by Wingardium. They're slowly starting to creep ahead in this mid game. They're already up 13-6. And if we look over the gold graph, you can see it's going heavily in their favor. Nearly 7K as far as both gold and XP are concerned. Invoker, he's going to push right away for that Force Staff. You know, he's not able to bring in enough early farm to maybe go for the Midas, so instead He's going to settle for the Force Staff, which, you know, works really nicely to get out of any sort of hairy situations. Maybe the Timber Saw's making a run at you, or Visage's Grave Chill slowing you down. You can help out yourself or a teammate. Ooh, arrow lands on Dundee. Good snag. Are they going to be able to make this happen? Is there enough damage? I don't know. Dundee. Nice timing by Elder Titan to slow him down. He's forced to run away. Sunstrike? Nope. Is he going to TP out of here? Nope. He's gotten taken down. Good effort there by the Timber Saw to get away, but nice arrow. So I guess it was good on her to have that level 4 arrow there. It would have made the difference between 1 to 2 auto attacks and finishing him off, so I guess in that factor it paid off. Meanwhile, mid lane, sorry to miss it. They do trade 1 for 1, and now Dreams, becoming a monster on this Visage, quickly takes out 2 in the mid lane. Both Lion and Alchemist will fall. The Bash brothers, or what they once were, unfortunately are falling off on the Wade side as far as their early aggression here. A lot of rotations coming out, random mouse clicks. They're getting tired of this shit. They're getting picked off relentlessly. They're going to have to come together as a team, huddle up, bring it in, and see how they can get it back. I mean, they also have to deal with the fact that this Weaver up here is just continuously farming. He's working on a nice timing here, made possible 20-minute Lincolns, which isn't too bad. I mean, the best you can get on a Lincolns, I think, is like 14 minutes is like top tier on picking up a Lincoln, so he's not doing too bad. And it's only going to make things harder for random mouse clicks once he gets it. Oh, here we go. They want to have him, though. Nice Sakuchi early. Will he get away? Nice sentry. No! The Lincoln's already was acquired. Hex flies out, but it will not matter. Good land of the stun, but he should be able to get away from this. They know that. They run away. That doesn't work out at all for him. I am really abusing the sad trombone sound. I should really consider changing it up, but doesn't change the fact that Roops and Weebu are not happy about how that worked out. They're going to quickly try to make a rotation bottom with the stun pop. Whoa! That was a long ball. It catches on Dundee. Now running in with the Moonlight Shadow, but he has no more mana to make something happen and no nearby allies. Oh, will he get him? He gets him. Nice Hex. Dundee in a bit of trouble here. He's very low mana. Ooh, nice move there. Rops takes some mana himself. Now has the Impale while taking away Dundee's ability to Timber Chain away. He needs a little bit more. He's about 40 mana. He's going to try to hide it out in the trees. Secret Arrow will scout him, and they'll get him down. No rotations. We'll know where to TP to, so they had to sweat for that one, but they got it. They worked. They worked like a fat man or woman who made a nice 2014 New Year's resolution at the gym. They were sweating for it, and they got it. Meanwhile, mid lane, Scooby does acquire the Force Staff and is working towards that. So I was actually surprised. Lincoln's was actually already acquired. I failed to look at his courier on the way, but he actually got the Lincolns in a really good time. About, what, 16 minutes it was? 16, 15 minutes. So they're sitting really pretty right now to this early late game. Really pretty. Alchemist pops the stun, trying to go. Nice Force Staff help from Invoker. Stun will go and land, but they this is why Visage is so good. Familiar, right behind, stun locks him down, and he's able to get away. Dreams throws out the Soul Assumption. Big damage, surprisingly. Orb flies out, but now Puck in a world of hurt. Roops, no mana for level 6 to throw out the finger. He's taken down by the Timber Saw. They trade for 1 for 1, but Puck does buy back. Quickly TPs to the mid lane to get back at it. Now Axe Boy on the run to the north, leaps out of there. Ooh, Timber Saw wants to make it happen. Leaps across, will he get it? Nope, but meanwhile, right over here, you can see Invoker did take out the Visage. I'm trying to catch both bits of action here. Dundee running a ruckus past the tower, unable to get the Mirana. Mirana escapes with just a little bit of life, about 15 life there. And Dundee on the run from Lolhat, who does have low mana. Nice long Timber Chain. Dundee will get away. So I think that worked out relatively even. It might have been a 2 for 3 advantage Wingardiums. Now they're going to get this tier 1 as well, so definitely a benefit for them as they bring in the extra delicious amounts of gold. Orb to fly out. Slappy Leroux narrowly escaping what could have been a bad situation, but now acquiring that Blink Dagger just makes that Puck so much more elusive and so much harder for this Alchemist to run in and get an easy stun off. He really has to work for a good stun now. You know, ideally in this situation, a lot of Alchemists may consider the thought of going for a Shadow Blade to even get off that good stun, but you know, at this point, you're playing as a hardcore support and you only have mana boots. A Shadow Blade is just not going to be a smart pickup at this point, so we'll see what he tries to do. He's going to have to wait off the early aggression and maybe time out the stun a little later. Uh-oh. Ooh, just out of range. This sentry from Wingardium will not see the opposite ward, unfortunately. So I'm not really sure. I guess that ward was more for up there and here, and they just misplayed it. I wonder if you can see all three. I'm not too sure. Your room report shows illusion will pop up on the bottom lane, where Axeboy is hunting through the jungle. He's got that early mithril hammer. Well, I'm not too sure. At this point, when you're back against the wall, this early in the game, does Axeboy decide on picking up the Stygian for early aggression or play more safe and get the BKB? Tries to lay out the Ender on Dundee, won't get it. And I was actually curious to see, I would assume Slappy Leroux, after the arrow, went out there, maybe tries to rotate over for Axeboy, but that won't happen. Meanwhile, mid lane, sorry to miss that one out. Visage actually catches out the Alchemist as Dreams picks up the kill. Rops being kind of the crystal maid for his team, holding a lot of wards. Arrow will fly out. It catches! Slappy Leroux, are they going to pull the trigger on this? Dream steps in, says, don't even think about it. Man, that Astral takes Slappy immediately down below half-life, but, Puck has the bottle. He can heal up. Now they're going to make a move possibly on this tier 2. They don't have Timbersaw here, so it can be a 4 vs 5. Coming in from the back, Alchemist already back from the dead. So we gotta be careful. Wingardium cannot overcommit to anything here. Good sentry. They'll scout out in case they try to be early, aggressive with the Moonlight Shadow, but obs of their own. It's a bit of an odd placement. Ooh, DD acquired by Mirana. No, that wasn't a DD, it was just phase boots. But just kind of playing footsie for now. I'm actually surprised how much this has come to, like, a stalemate here. I would say they should just split up and go back to farming. They, don't have the advantage in numbers right now. Dundee's off in the sidelines. He's got the Hood of Defiance, actually, in the mechanism. Ooh. Good counter to the Obs ward. Choking up. Random mouse clicks here by the tier 2 tower. I like this play here. Mirana's going to go off to the side lane. She doesn't want to deal with just waiting around for a fight to happen. She needs to get some sort of farm going her way. And same goes for Weaver. He hops up to the top. So nothing going to come of it. Bit of a slow place there in the mid. But no Bloodstone here for Timbersaw. It's interesting. I mean, his life is just over 1k, which isn't too crazy right now. Possibly thinking about Roche. Alchemist throws out the acid spray in case Radiant even thinks about making a move there. Mirana denies out the bottom tier 1, not handing over any sort of easy goal, but here goes the jump. Slappy Leroux jumps in with the coil and quickly grabs down the Invoker. Now Alchemist trying to return fire. They get Dundee with the big stun. Huge ultimate there by Lolhat with Elder Titan. Rips him apart. They trade 1 for 1. 20-12 your score. Ooh. Slappy really wants that Forged Spirit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Wow, look how quickly that gold graph jumped up and skyrocketed. Let's give a shout out to this gold graph real quick. Ready? It just went like this. Meanwhile, Elder Titan trying to lay out a little bit of harassment there with the Astral and Sleep. Slappy's pretty low. Has to play careful. They're still farting around this mid lane. Weaver, in the meantime, just slowly happy to bring in his farm. He's 132 to 17 CS. The closest random mouse click member is Invoker at 84. We're talking like 50-something CS difference. As far as net worth, it's Mirana and Weaver, the top for each team, and Mirana is way behind, about 4k net worth. So Weaver sitting very pretty. Both Mithril Hammers completed. Is going to go for that Desolator. So that stacked with the Medallion is going to be pretty devastating. So at this point in the game, what can random mouse clicks do? Well, they need to make some sort of team fight happen for them. Maybe pull off a nice big combo from the Invoker, land a couple of stuns out, really lock someone down and pick them off, and try to take advantage of having more numbers. But I don't even think that Wingardium are going to allow something like that to happen. Sleep will fly. They catch the Weaver. Sentry goes down, but it's already out of range as he steps right back. And this has been a real timid set of play here.
Dire's
from both
bottom
teams.
tower is under attack.
I don't know. I feel like as long as Puck has the death coil ready to go, I feel they should be pretty confident what kind of initiation they throw in there. Oh, they're going on Weaver. Weaver trying to make a run for it. Cold Snap doing a lot, but he's got the haste to get away. Sakuchi, not enough. They're going to burst him right down. Not even the opportunity to pull off the time lapse, and that's your number one carry. Taken right down. Meanwhile, they do grab the tier 2 in exchange. I don't think that's going to hinder too much to Wingardium. I think they don't mind the trade at all. This is going to force random mouse clicks to now be choked up more in the base. They don't have the extra space of the tier 2 now. So I have to play very cautiously. Oh no! Slappy LaRoe jumping right in, taking out the Lion. And successfully getting away Houdini style out to the side. Ooh. Scouted out but not able to be stunned down. Gets away. Whoa! Whoa! Down by the river. Bit of action here. Visage now catching out the Invoker, trying to see what the Invis. Does he have it? Nope. He will make his way away. Alchemist trying to run with the stun, but will not get close enough. They did manage to actually pick off Lion, the Mirana in the bottom river. I didn't see that due to the action in the mid lane, so apologies on that one. It's the first game. Let's go ahead and warm up a bit. It's amateur day. Oh, nice try there. Invoker trying to go for the Sunstrike. Will not land. Dreams gets away, goes right back to the base. Elder Titan picking up the early Ring of Health. And the Ring of Regen. Maybe going to early Hood of Defiance or Vanguard? Not too sure what that's about. Pipe already completed though on your Timbersaw, so that will hinder Invoker's potential a fair amount. Slappy LaRoe feeling pretty confident here. Mid lane, air will fly, will catch. Ooh! Haha! The last second. Quickly steps aside and gets away. Good moves there by Slappy LaRoe. Uses the orb to get back once again. Soul Ranger committing right back to that farm. Desolator already completed. And maybe this is where we get to see the Wraith of Weaver begin. Bit of a trade here. Bottom lane. Coil. They want to commit here. Lolhat's got to be careful. Sleep will not go off. Thank you very much. Silence. Now Familiar's going to town. Moonlight Shadow to try to save, but he's walking right into the chakram. Now he's forced to step aside. The Moonlight Shadow's going to come off any moment. Will not matter. Dundee happens to get him with the Timber Shane. He didn't really expect that, but he got it. They throw out the dust. Mirana will step back because she has no more mana, so they get the free little pickoff right there. Compliments of Slappy. Meanwhile, Invoker catches out the Crystal Maiden here in the bottom river. Now, Slappy. Ooh. Nice Force Staff to get away quickly. TPs, Timber Chain in, but they don't have the disable. As they trade 1 for 1 now. Oh no! Weeblue Smoke Bomb! Gets caught out, stuns himself, and it will not work. As he accidentally gets scouted out after throwing a stun, having blown up right in his own face. Sacred Arrow flies. Nowhere near the mark. Now, a lot of good action in this game. It's a good Dota game, but it's still not feeling very even. It's pretty one-sided right now towards Wingardium. They had a nice early start. Weaver got a lot of good farm in there. And it's going to be hard for random mouse clicks to come back from this one. They're already making a move on the Roche, so it's Roche time. They're Helton and Pelton with it. They got the help of the Desolator as well as the Medallion. Lowering that Heimer. He's already about halfway. It should be an easy set of ages here. Alchemist is nearby. We'll see if he throws out. Sunstrike will scout him out. Ooh! Almost good timing there to try to get the last hit in, but it will not happen. Aegis picked up by the Weaver. Mission accomplished. Alchemist steps in. Will he throw the stun? Nope, he gets caught out. Weaver now going to take advantage. That's the second time straight. Alchemist has been caught out stunning himself.
God! No! God, please, no!
And that didn't work out too much, I'm sure. Random Mouse Click's not too happy about that. One down, and we'll see. Are they going to use the momentum to push the mid lane? No, but it looks like they will step back. And bottom lane now, Aegis in hand, 1900 gold in the bank. Shadow Ranger, really happy with how this game's going. Wow, Dreams on Visage is actually getting a fair amount of farm. Look at this. Visage. I don't want Agnum Scepter. I don't need that third familiar. I'm going to go with an Assault Kyrios because why not, right? Because armor is the name of the game right now. Don't know how I feel about this. I would always think that getting the Scepter is just such a prime pickup, but not this time. Dreams, dreaming of a different plan.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Scooby going for the Yules. Got that extra mana regen. He's still got a bit of a low health pool, but now he has that extra elusiveness, able to defensively Yules himself, and he gets a bit of trouble. But typically with Invoker, you're using that Yules to isolate someone, throw them up in the air, rain down the heavens above, and take them right apart with the whole kit and caboodle that Invoker has to offer. But that might be pretty hard this game. Wingardium have been pretty tight. But he's thinking maybe he'll be able to catch out this Weaver, perhaps. Really burst him down quickly. Because that's what they have. If they can quickly force staff out Weaver's Lincoln Sphere, let's say, they could burst him down with Invoker and Lion alone with the help of that ultimate. It's only level 2, so he's got a few more levels before he can get the burst even higher, but that's pretty much one of the lone hopes that random mouse clicks have. Maybe they can isolate the Weaver and quickly burst him down before he has the opportunity to time-lapse or get away. Before the ward expires, they scout out Dundee and the rest of Wingardium scouting through the jungle. Arrow will not quite land. Nice rift dodge there. As Shadow Ranger and Slappy just continue to have their hijinks in the mid lane here. All of random mouse clicks holding the fort. Not going to allow them to push the hill. Acid Spray laid out. A nice foundation of minus armor. Arrow flies. Will it catch randomly? Ooh, did that catch on him? Nope. Nice blockage there from the familiars. He's putting him perfectly right in a Visage sandwich. Orb in. Silence, but he retreats. Arrow goes out, will not catch. On the outskirts, Crystal Maiden waiting around while the team plays his footsie. Nice sleep caught up, but it will not matter. Dundee flirting with danger here, playing real up close. He is also going to plate mail. It looks like he's going for Shiva's armor, so no bloodstone in sight for him this game. He's going to go with Shiva's armor, I would hope, considering the fact that Visage is going for Assault Kyrios, who's got it completed, actually. Wow. Already done on Visage. Good set of farms. He got a lot of early kills. That's an 11, 3, and 5 Visage. So I would hope to see that maybe Random Mouse Clicks ban out the Visage next game. Arrow flies out. Will not catch. They're making a move on Dundee, using a lot of damage from the Cold Snap, but with the help of the pipe, he doesn't take too much more. Ropes on the run here, throws out his stun, tries to get a finger off before he's taken down, but will not take anyone out. Big ult, rips them all apart, but it will not be enough. That's already 3 down. Random Mouse Clicks trying to get away. Invoker barely steps out, but this could be the beginning of the end. That's a triple kill for Shadow Ranger. Slappy, goddamn, Laurel picks up a couple of kills. Visage steps away, but will be taken down. They trade for 1 now. Frug on the run, gets away with the TP. And all the meanwhile, your mid lane slowly getting pelted. They didn't even get the tier 3 yet. And I don't know. It's still not good. They just fed over another couple of kills to Shadow Ranger. He's got 4,300 ready to go. But they stopped the tier 3 from being taken down, which, you know, that doesn't hurt, but they had to sacrifice a lot for it. A lot of gold to get back in the fight, and a lot of kills. Uh-oh. Illusion scouted out. So much trickery here. Look at that gold graph. Holy God. That is an intense gold graph going up to 20k there. Right up. That was my pull flute. Nice work here. Familiars constantly working, scouting things out. They have Random Mouse Clicks all choked up, frazzled in this mid lane. They really don't know what to do to get back in this one. It's going to take a lot. Mirana, who's their only reliable damage, does go for the Desolator, sacrificing over any sort of good survivability. She doesn't even have 900 life to her name, so when you're going up against a Weaver who can right-click as hard as this man, he's got the BKB. He's playing it so safe right now. He could play on the dangerous side and maybe go for the early MKB, but he's going to play it safe, grabs the BKB instead, and still holds 1k. So he's playing it nice and smart, but he's a big factor in this game. Thinking about making a move on Elder Titan here. Arrow flies, will not catch. Frug's still consistently doing the ward, and also managed to pick up a Black King Bard herself. So that's pretty much a free freezing field in any fight. And when your Crystal Maiden has even more survivability than the Mirana, then we're dealing with a problem here. Mirana putting everything into her leap to try to get away from any danger. But it's not looking good. Invoker does have 2.3k, but he's going to have to hold a good amount of that for a buyback. Let's look over the buyback status. Well, never mind. No one has a buyback. Invoker did buy back last fight, so he's got another 3 minutes here. And everyone else is pretty short on gold, so they can't afford to lose this one. It will be game. But they're feeling pretty confident. They're pushing right in. Aegis was used last fight, but he has a gem now. We got a lot more time, so instead of waiting things out, they feel pretty confident with the amount of farm they have. Let's take it to them. So, expect Sloppy LaRoe to make the jump in. Try to coil multiples of them. Here we go. Nice timing, BKB. It's time to go. Shadow Ranger jumps right in, laying out some heavy damage, but he's eating big damage himself. Steps right back. Sloppy LaRoe gets the job done. Completes Lion. Now they're jumping all about. Axeboy. Leap. Finish. Throws out the air. Will it catch? No, it will not. Has to play very careful. They take out the tier 3, now putting their attention towards the Rax. Fortification popped. Alchemist gonna throw out the stun. Will they catch it on anyone? Catch it on Sloppy? She will eat it. Big ult will fly. But nice rift timing gets it away. And now Lolhat forced to run. A lot of big damage coming out as they rip apart the Alchemist. And the rest of RMC forced to step back and watch. Forced one Rax down. Looking for the second. And they get it.
Dyer's middle barracks.
Wingardium. What do they call him? Wingardium? Wingardium. Oh, Dundee doesn't even have to worry about sidestepping. Doesn't even need that much damage. They're trying to get anything they can on the run help, but Crystal Maiden's like, get the fuck out of here! Drops the BKB in the freezing field. Scares the enemy team away, but she's eating a lot of damage from those spirits. She does successfully get Scooby down. Man, that went really well for her. Uh-oh, scouting out with the courier. Slappy trying to help out. Ooh, real low, but Frug gets away. When you can't even get the pick off on the Crystal Maiden on the way out, then you know that you're sitting on hard times. 32-16 your score. We'll throw up the net worth once more, and 1, 2, 3, 4, all belonging to your Wingardium team. Weaver leading the front, 18k gold. The next one for Dyer is Invoker on 9.2k, so he is losing by double the net worth at least. Slappy LaRoe with the easy Dagon pickoff grabs out the Mirana, and now Alchemist trying to take it back to him. Finger of Death will fly, but Rift saves from any impending doom, blinks out and gets away. That's got to be soul crushing right there. Random mouse clicks. Still holding tough though. They want to try to see if maybe they can make something happen. Roche is back, however, and this should be an early Roche pickoff. Now Shadow Ranger laying out the extra damage. He's got the Reaver now, a little extra survivability, 2.1k life as they begin to wrestle down the Roche. Will he drop the TP? Yes, he will drop the TP to pick up the Aegis. And now they should go for the Jugular and put random mouse clicks out of their misery for this game. Because at this point, I'm not too sure what random mouse clicks can hope for to make something happen for them. Maybe if they do a bit of a throw, a bit of a mishap, a bit of an overstep, they can get something going for them. But it is not looking too good already. The Sharks are in the water, and they're circling the base. They're looking for a time to strike right now. Yeah, Sloppy LaRoe. He's like, I got my Dagon 5. Holy crap. Ready to go, and my Blink Dagger. I will jump in and rip apart this Mirana with 929 life. What are you thinking? She jumps in with a quick silence Dagon later. Mirana's already done. So Mirana has played safe. Ooh, almost catches on Shadow, but not successful. And here we go. This could be the push to end the game.
Dyer's top tower.
Creeps are getting ready to go, and will they get the initiate? Slappy's on the outside. They're making a move in. Here we go. Chakram flies out quickly. Shadow Ranger's unstoppable as he takes down Weebaloo. Another one falls in the Lion now. Scooby on the run. Desolator damage flies out. Yules to dodge. Nice timing right there. Now they'll step back and put focus on the tier 3 and the Rex. Beginning to go down. Weaver with the big hard hitting damage. Plus the help of the familiars. They should get it without too much problem here. Marana on the side skirt looking for an invisible arrow. Maybe on someone, but these tier 2 towers are going to be donezo. There we go. That is your second set of racks down. And just like the plague, Wingardium getting to roll through the base. Jumps in with the dagon. Look at Marana. Holy crap, that was a lot. Ooh, Chakra flies out and she is taken down. Nice grab there by the Timbersaw. Uh-oh, gets caught out with the stun. But this is it. This is just more of the hijinks play now. They're playing that fountain game, but they're going to go ahead, call the GG, and that will be it. So successful play and patience there by Wingardium to get the first game. This is going to be a 2-game matchup where the winner gets a point. So it's not really a best of 2 or best of 3 or anything like that. Teams are playing right now for points. Teams with the highest points will be able to move on and get higher seeds in the tournament, and then they begin to play for money. So that will be it. If you're not already, please come by twitch.tv/KOTLGuy and hang out with me. And also be sure to follow while you're there. Hang out, chat away, enjoy the Dota trivia bot, what have you. And also make sure you follow me on twitter.com. I wanted to quickly say hi to everyone. How's it going out there? Thanks for stopping by twitch.tv/KOTLGuy and hanging out. I'm still here. We're going to jump right into the next game, so we'll be back momentarily, alright? Be sure to hang around.
Even lovers need a holiday. Far away from each other. It's hard for me to say I'm sorry. I just want
Also, if you want to find out any additional information, see the schedule or how the tournament layout will be for the Amateur Dota 2 League, I'm going to go ahead and post a link right here for everyone to look over. It's probably already posted according to the delay, but there it is. Be sure to check it out. Or you could possibly yourself sign up for this league, get your game broadcasted, casted by me, and try to play some Dota for some money.
just a part of me I can't let go. Couldn't stand to be kept away.
guys, how's it going? Appreciate everyone for hanging out and staying around to enjoy the beginning of the second matchup here in the Amateur Dota 2 League Season 2. Happy to have you all back. Someone was asking in the chat over here at twitch.tv/KOTLGuy, how much is that ticket? Well, it's only 99 cents. That's right, 99 pennies for the Amateur Dota 2 League Season 2 ticket. And it's like 6 weeks of games that happen typically on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This game was a reschedule and was not played yesterday, so that's why it's happening, today. But, it's free. It's so cheap, and you get some good quality Dota. And you know what you're doing? More importantly, you're supporting the amateur scene, because you can't have professionals unless there are amateurs. I mean, am I right? You got to have somewhere for these players to build. I mean, a lot of these players are probably like high school kids. Yeah, they're younger. They got school on the side, but a lot of these players could be very well the next Speed Gaming, very well the next Team Liquid, the next EG, the next E-Hug, if you will. This is all very possible. So do us all a favor and throw those extra pennies this way. Plus, back to you. You get some items while you're at it. That's right. Even if you're watching here on twitch.tv/KOTLGuy, shameless plug once more, and you hold a ticket, you still qualify for your item drops, because I hold a ticket as well, and I support Amateur Dota and amateur casting. So if you have a ticket, you're going to go ahead and get all those items, and we've been seeing it happen through the game. And if you still are not sure if that's even possible, just go ahead and watch it in Dota TV. You can hear me out there, but maybe you can alt-tab it and mute it and just hang out with us and play trivia or whatever. But anyways, enough about that. Hey, look at that! Slappy Leroux is in the chat. Please don't ghost, but it's I'm glad to have you here. What's up, Slappy? Good game last time with Puck. But game is underway. This will be game 2 of Wingardium against Random Mouse Click. Wingardium did succeed in the first game, picking up the victory and picking up 1 point. We'll see if Random Mouse Clicks can end the evening getting a point themselves and a victory under their belt. So let's go ahead. We're already halfway through this draft. It's been going pretty quick here, and we'll try to go back and see what happened here. Random Mouse Click, they throw out the Crystal Maiden, Lifestealer, and Death Prophet pickup to Wingardium's Mirana, Rubik, and Outworld Devourer. So already we're seeing here that potential OD versus Death Prophet here in the mid, and I definitely would have to tip my hat towards the Outworld Devourer as your superior mid laner. I mean, he's got that extra harassment with the Astral Imprisonment, but you don't know. It's never about on paper. The player could be very skillful. Maybe this is a very talented Death Prophet player who can really take it to the likes of anyone, whether it's an OD, whether it's a Razor, or whoever. So can't prejudge. Cannot prejudge at all. So, one thing they do have to consider here on Random Mouse Clicks is they grab the Lifestealer early, which is great. Great late gamer, free BKB with the Rage and great right-click damage. And now you don't have to worry about the Clockwork because you ban him out, who typically is a nemesis to Lifestealer. But now you have to worry about maybe getting the vehicle. That's what I was talking about before, where I misconfused the heroes. But we got the Lifestealer now. Now they're gonna, who are they gonna use with the Lifestealer? Well, they already have their mid lane potentially in Death Prophet, so maybe you consider the Nyx Assassin. All right, shout outs to IX Mike and his IX Spike, but Nyx Assassin works really well with Lifestealer. You get that Vendetta, you throw that Infest in there, and you have a surprise Infest bomb that you've never seen the likes of before. Oh my god, am I that good at Dota? I'm getting better, ladies and gentlemen. I am getting better with the game sets. They grab that Nyx Assassin. Smart play, I'd say. You could throw him off in that off lane. He could play it very safe and careful. Just try to easily get that level 6, and that's when the fun begins, especially when you have a Lifestealer on your team. So, nailed that one. Kudos to me. Nyx Assassin. All right. Clinks is going to be your 4th snag here by Wingardium. So, Wingardium feel pretty confident about rolling with that ever-elusive Clinks. I'm trying to think. They know that since they might be committing Nyx Assassin that off lane, maybe they won't go for maybe the Bounty Hunter, who would be really successful with track on Clinks. And We'll see. Is this going to be that Isama style Clinks with the Blink Dagger? Or will this be more of that careful, cautious play of maybe getting the Orchid right away and slowly going for there? So he's looking to get those early pickoffs, preferably on the Crystal Maiden. Maybe he can catch out the Nyx Assassin, shut him down with the Silence, not allow him to sneak out with the Vendetta. So it's really interesting. But for one thing's for sure. Clinks has got to commit to an early set of farm and hope to have a good, successful early game. So it's going to be more about what can random mouse clicks do to pose a threat on this Clinks early so he doesn't get the advantage of that early farm, going into that early Orchid or Midas or what have you to build in the farm even further. So according to the lane matchups, they feel like a Nyx Assassin won't be able to pose a big threat against Clinks in that safe lane, so he'll be able to get easy, reliable farm. So do random mouse clicks at this point counter back by doing a 2-1-2 lineup? Maybe they roll the Crystal Main with the Nyx Assassin top, or this potential 5th pickup could be a duo to go with Nyx Assassin. That way they can lay a little bit of harassment and do pose a threat on Clinks. Now I'm thinking maybe some sort of like hodgepodge like range setup here, but we'll see what they try to finish things out with. Maybe they look at that Wingardium actually ban out the Viper and the Puck. I guess they don't feel confident that maybe random mouse click isn't a Death Prophet mid play.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm real curious. That's an interesting set of bans for what they think might come out here. They grabbed the Slardar, which I always welcome. Slardar makes shit happen and works very nicely against Nyx Assassin. Now you have your amplify damage. Now you're able to scout out that Nyx Assassin, see where he might try to get away or try to sneak in, and it's always great to have the nice stun of Slardar. You get him a decent amount of gold and an early Blink Dagger, and he can make shit happen. So, wow.
10 seconds.
It's an interesting set of drafts here. They have a lot of early aggression, too. I mean, Rubik is just a phenomenal early aggressor with that telekinesis. We'll see if he gets that early smoke and tries to put big pressure here on RMC's mid lane, which right now I still have to believe will be the Death Prophet. I guess what it also looks like, too, is Wingardium isn't really threatened by any sort of push that random mouse click could even bring out either. It's only Death Prophet right now, and maybe whoever this mystery person. I mean, what if they get like a Pugna? I know we don't ever see Pugna. I feel like I never see Pugna played, especially in NA Dota. It's more like for the Far East or what have you. I mean, altogether, the push meta is kind of starting to fall off the wayside, if I, say so myself. But I think Pugna, you pull out your big guns, and you're just like, we're just gonna push you, and we're gonna push you real hard. I mean, Furion's there as well if they want to play with that kind of, but they're gonna go with Timbersaw. They're not gonna do that at all. I know it was a bit far-fetched to think maybe they would go something with a Pugna, but it's interesting they actually managed to snag the Timbersaw instead. And Timbersaw's great, He's a crowd pleaser. He was very successful last game, that's for sure. So we'll see. It was a bit of rough times here for random mouse click in the last game. We'll see if they can take it back with their matchup of Crystal Maiden hard support and a late game Nyx Assassin here. Not Nyx Assassin, a late game Lifestealer, what have you. So with that said, let's go ahead and roll with some introductions and get the ball rolling here. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you once again for coming by and hanging out. This is Amateur Dota 2 League, and this is a matchup between Random Mouse Clicks and Wingardium. We'll go ahead and throw out some introductions here. On your Random Mouse Clicks team, Radiant side, we got Axe Boy on the Lifestealer. Lol Hat is your Timbersaw in the off lane. We do have Crops playing the Crystal Maiden. Your Nyx Assassin is Mr. Weeboo's Bonobo. And finally, Death Prophet heading to the mid will be Scooby. On your Wingardium team, we have Froogs on Rubik. We have Dundee playing your off-lane Slardar. Clinks Assassin is Slappy Leroux. He's in the top lane Clinks. We have Shadow Ranger back again from a successful Weaver playing Mirana. And finally, Dreams is your now mid-lane Outward Devourer. So just a little bit of an intro thing that I got going there. Whatever. Sometimes you gotta, add a little extra hype. This is the second match in the last game of what I'll be casting this evening for Amateur Dota 2. Early set of ward aggression here coming out by Weeboo. Before we begin to analyze some of the lane play here, I want to see how this is going to work. Ooh, nice quick snag of illusion. Ends up saving him from what could have potentially been a disaster. So let's go ahead and analyze how they're going to go ahead and lane the game up right now. They are running with Slappy solo in that safe lane. He'll match up against the Timbersaw, which at the start is looking pretty good. Though you allow Timbersaw to get that farm, and then you're running into a bit of trouble. He can come back at you and lay out some heavy damage. Early smoke aggression by the Rubik. Frug going right for the mid lane. Throws up the telekinesis. Nice time, Sacred Arrow. Dreams gonna try to go for that last hit. Here we go. It will be Shadow Rainer who gets it up, but that's an early first blood for Wingardium. Riding the momentum right off the last game, but here we go. A run back right here. Random mouse clicks trying to look for a kill of their own. They can't get it. Now Dundee's going to make Crystal Maiden pay for it on the way out. Not as successful. The first kill, unfortunately, handed over to Wingardium as they make the rotation back to the bottom lane.
Tower is under attack.
So this is a really intriguing lane setup we got going down here for Wingardium. They're rolling with the Rubik Mirana, so more of a support side Mirana this time, and they're going to let Dundee be the one to control the farm and try to make it as much as possible, give him the space to allow him to right-click in, and this is not good. I don't think Axeboy likes this at all. I mean, really, Crystal Maiden and a Nyx Assassin are not going to be able to help out as much. You know, they're going to have to play aggressive. Crystal Maiden's already so far away, she's not able to harass them back or anything, and now Lifestealer has to worry about taking too much damage or maybe being lifted by the Rubik at a bad time and then has to worry about being followed up with an arrow. So now he's under, you know, constant danger here. It's going to be a little tricky for him. Let's go ahead and throw up the last hit deny window. And you can see your cocky boy Clinks up here is running right ahead. He's got 11 and 1 CS, so good kudos on him on getting the early CS farm. I don't know what that was an impression of. Meanwhile, mid lane, Dreams. Off last game, he played Visage. Now, he's changed roles, and he's going to go mid lane with the Obsidian Destroyer. So, Wingardium have a bit of that ambidextrous playstyle where they can rotate their players around. So, that's pretty good. That's a team that's pretty confident in each other's skills and maybe has played together for a long enough time to feel confident in how each role can be played by each player. Not too shabby and something we don't see often in a lot of teams. Uh-oh, here we go. Rubik knows that a pull's happening here, trying to distract and pull back. He gets one golem over, and now Mirana laying out a little bit of harassment. Nice tree snag right there. Plays out the sentry and will block out the camp from being pulled any further. Here we go. Mid lane. Obsidian is taking the upper hand. Poor little Death Prophet here only has a 5-0 CS when matched up against Outworld's 13 and 2. Timbersaw trying to lay out a little bit of aggression himself, but he's going to be running on hard times. So Slappy Leroux not giving a Lol Hat an easy time at all. He's 13 and 3 match up to Timber's 11 and 1, so not too terrible, but he's making him feel it. Ooh, there we go. That's the burst I'm talking about, however. Slappy has to worry about that as Timber begins to gain the levels. And I like it. I like his build. He's going with a 1-1-2 reactive armor. He doesn't want to, you know, suffer too much from all those right clicks that Clinks will put out there. Dundee's working on a 10 and 5 CS, and when you compare that to Lifestealer's 10 and 0, they match up relatively even. So, seems like a bit of a stalemate here in the off lane, but now they don't have the advantage of pulling the creeps. Crystal Maiden has sentries on hand. Oh no, she did. No, she has sentries on hand, but she's not scouting it out just yet. Doesn't see the ward over here. Instead, just kind of hanging by the lane, trying to soak up XP from the outside and waiting for any potential doom. Meanwhile, Shadow Ranger's going to get this bottom illusion. We're scouted out for his mid laner. Nope, mid has no bottle. She'll grab it. It's looking pretty even, but here we go. Mirana running through the jungle. Using the illusion. Ooh, they're going to catch him out. Frostbite. They get the right one. Leap goes out. Nice Impale. Does catch. Here we go. Lifestealer in the forefront. Trying to lay out some heavy right clicks here, but Rage will fall, and they get the stun. So nice save there by Dundee. It took everything they got, but they managed to pull Mirana out of a hairy mess. She felt pretty confident with the leap to able just, you know, mosey on through the jungle, but they made her work for it. Slappy Leroux. Look at that. Already the early makings of that first Oblivion Staff. He's just going right for it. He's going to go right for that Orchid. Wants to be able to really run a ruckus through the map, trying to pick off those supports. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they pick up and throw right down. Weebu's got to be careful here. Throws an impale that will not miss. Dundee trying to catch on the outside, eats the frostbite, but oh no, this is the end of Crops. As she gets slapped in the butt by Dundee, rather. And taken right down. That's a 2-0 lead early for Wingardium. Cobb 50NM, appreciate your support. Went ahead and bought a ticket. Thank you very much. Weebu's a bono. He's only level 3. He's got to get the farm to get that level 6. Then he comes into his element. Then he gets the Vendetta to work with. He can roam around and really be a nuisance. So he's got to keep building up that farm. He's got to get that level 6. It's not as important as Crystal Main. So that's why you see Crystal Main on the outside a lot. She doesn't need to get that level 6 early like Nyx Assassin does. So she'll just farm, you know, be through the jungle here. Are you finally going to sit? Come on, sit. Put those sentries down, woman. Put those sentries down and scout out these wards. There we go. Throws it up there instead. Doesn't see it at all. That's unfortunate. Klink's hiding out, just soaking in XP. Already got his first Oblivion Staff completed. Arcane Boots are on Lolhat. He's 24-5 when matching up against Klink's is 33-5, who is the main man right now as far as CS. Oh, bottom lane, a lot of aggression. Sorry for not catching that one. Was looking at the last Sid denied. They do manage to catch out the Crystal Main. 3-0. Now they want more. No throwback on the telekinesis. They miss with the stun. Dundee thinking about making a commitment there to Weebu, but here comes Death Prophet. Death Prophet with the exorcism from above. They're looking for the first kill. They get it with Dundee. Now Death Prophet turns back to get a second one. Nice rotation there from Death Prophet. Coming in from the northwest, mid lane. Make something happen. And they're finally on the board, so kudos to them. But look at that, space created for Slappy Leroux as he gets the easy free space to just farm up. So I don't think Wingardium mind too much, and Dreams has been pretty committed here in the mid lane as well. He's second as far as CS with his 31-14. Power Tread's already picked up. And we'll see what he decides to go for. Maybe that early mechanism, Force Staff, typical style Outworld Devourer setup. You gotta remember also, Outworld, I don't know, not a lot of people are Outworld Devour players. I'm certainly not, but 6.79, you can't use items, you know, along with his Essence Aura anymore. No mana from using Mechanism or Force Staff or what have you. But it's still a decent pickup that a lot of OD players typically get. Early Astral Harassment as he scouts out. Death Prophet return. Oh no! Impale misses from behind. Weebos eats the big ultimate, but they might get Dreams here. One more auto class. Oh, they get it! Nice snag right there as they pick it up. Ooh! I guess it's a celebration. Alright.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ooh, Dundee early armlet. I see it. Lift the throw back. Axe Boy has to be careful. He has no help nearby. They were trying to look for an opportunity to go on him once they saw the rest of the Radiant in the mid lane there. Game's all even up now. 3 for 3. Now that each team has gotten to play each other once, they can now have a sense of respect for how the other team plays, and now they're playing a lot more cautiously. I think random mouse clicks know what Wingardiums are capable of, and they have to play it a little more carefully and cautiously. They're thinking about making a move here, possibly on the bottom lane. Still got about a half a level to go before Weebu can get that Vendetta and really try to turn it up. Foog lifts, catches out Crystal. Ooh, there we go. Gotta step aside, honey. Avoids the Sacred Arrow. And now Crystal Main has to know there's a ward down here. They have to know. Put that sentry down, honey. Come on. Just drop it for me. Oh, well, Dundee caught out with open wounds. There's the Frostbite. Will they get it? Mana? Freeze? Can they get it? They're working for it. Come on, get that Dundee. Weebu will have to pull back, and he narrowly escapes by the skin of his teeth.
Shall not pass!
Not the bun I was exactly going for, but shout out to Gandalf there. Good defensive play. I honestly can't believe he managed to get away from that one. That should have been a dead Dundee, but it was not. Now they have to step back. Man, Nyx Assassin, come on. get that level 6 Crystal Maiden, get that Sentry Ward down. Still a vision advantage here in the bottom lane for Wingardium. Chakra flies. As a Lolhat, happy to be level 6, laying out the early harassment. It's actually up to level 8. He's going for the magic wand. Remember last game, Timbersaw with a bit of a, you know, rambunctious style build, going for the early mechanism, and, you know, he did get the arcane boots, but not going with the Bloodstone. We'll see if Lolhat has a different style Timbersaw to bring to the table. But so far, a lot of people feeling it's pretty one-sided. I see you out there, Deaf EOP. Deaf EOP is indeed deaf. You can't even hear what I'm saying right now, so here's a silent shout out to Deafy. Dundee eats the early mana leak, but it's pretty low level. It's not going to do too much. Oh, they might catch out Weeboo here. They're trying to turn Mirana nice and pale. Here we go. They're going to trade 1 for 1. They get the Nyx Assassin. Mirana's going to get away. Oh, no, that's not good. Now they're running back, and it's going to force Timbersaw to make the rotation from top all the way to bottom, and that is more than worth it for Wingardium. Now Clinks has that free lane again. Space has been created.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Nope, but they're not going to allow him to get any sort of free farm rotation from Nyx to the top. So that's something for it. Dreams back from that early pickoff in the mid lane. Already has 1,300. Still trying to figure out if he might go for that early 4-staff. Would work really nicely for him. Because their initiation is a little lackluster. Wingardium's initiation is not really there. It's pretty much maybe if Clinks can get in the, you know, caught behind him with the skeleton walk. But they get the 4-staff, they can push him in there, lay out an early astral to catch someone off. Ooh, amp damage. They see him right here. Frug. It's going to swipe out the chakram. Coming in from behind. Orchid complete. Oh, early Carapace. Nice retort. Throws out Vendetta. Can he commit to this? No, he doesn't have enough damage. Oh, that big hit. Ooh. Seared Arrows doing big work right there. They take out the Nyx right away. Meanwhile, in your mid lane, still the trade for 2 Death Prophet. It's got the Staff of Wizardry. This could be in Yule's. Doesn't necessarily have to mean a 4-staff, but Death Prophet, big fan of picking up Yule's typically. Throw him up, perfectly time out that silence, and you can try to shut him down. Speaking of picking him up, they get the... Oh, wow, the heavy burst. Rips apart their Lifestealer, and now they want more. They're making a move on Lolhat. Lolhat can't get away with the Timber Chain, but he does have to be careful. Throws out a Chakram of his own. He wants to take Mirana with them. Got to be careful. Nyx steps in, throws out the Impale, but he will not be able to get away. That's a 2-for-1 trade. Advantage for Wingardium as they push their lead to 4 and 7. Sloppy Leroy has been very committed to this top lane. Orchid complete, and that's the other bad thing is these fights. Oh wow, Weeboo. Wow, nice Dundee timing it out, waiting for the Carapace to go down. Ends up right-clicking him down. They trade another 1-for-1. Apologies on missing that. I guess Timbersaw got a little overcommitted and allowed himself to get picked off.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Or sorry, not Timbersaw. Mirana overcommitted and got herself picked off. Wow, I am missing everything here. Clinks actually instantly left top lane, came to the mid, and got a double kill on his own. Sorry about that. I was caught picking my nose, apparently. Whatever. So with another set of kills, what I was going to say is Wingardium are taking advantage of all these fights, and they don't even have their whole team there. It's typically been a 4 versus 5, and they're actually putting up a great fight, and in fact winning some of them. And all the meanwhile, Slappy Leroy has been farming out the top lane, so they have that emergency backup in case things do go bad. So it's looking really grim, unfortunately. Random mouse clicks are suffering about a 3.5k gold deficit here. Axe Boy. Let's be careful. Amp damage out. Gets the early set of drums for that survivability, but he's got a long road ahead of him for farm. If he even wants to think about moving into an armlet, now that it's past the time to really get a Midas. And they've just taken control of this lane. Dundee throws out the amp damage. They see where he is at all times, and he has no threat here as he quickly just farms away. He has his armlet complete, and then he can move that into either a BKB, or if he wants to add a little extra initiation factor, we'll grab the Blink Dagger. Which, my personal vote would be for a Blink Dagger, I think. I think if he's able to get in there and get the lockdown right away on either the Crystal Maiden or the Timbersaw, whoever, pretty much, they can get a good start to the fight. Meanwhile, they're trying to catch out the Rubik with the open wounds. Here comes Dundee sprinting in, and Nyx has to run away. Or, sorry, Lifestealer has to run away. Chakram will fly out. And they manage to burst down Shadow Ranger with the long Crypt Swarm. And they get the Dundee. Scooby with the double, and now momentum to go on the tier 1 as the Exorcism starts ripping it right apart. What a run back there with the help of Death Prophet. Slappy Leroux, though, in from behind, manages to take out Crystal Maiden. We'll see if he wants more. See, Skeleton walks all the way through the jungle.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Uh-oh, Clinks. Skeleton walk. He's scouting things out. Nyx Assassin's also nearby under the cover of Vendetta. Oop, he sees Death Prophet. He wants to run. Oh, okay, Nyx. Oof, he hangs out nearby. Here we go. This is going to go bad for Slappy. Uh-oh. Oh, Nyx Assassin's here. But not enough damage to take him. Wow. Too much. That dot. Takes down the Death Prophet, and he soaks in that extra bounty, and he's already got the Ogre Club completed and nearly 1,200 gold. He's going what looks like right for a BKB, and then you can't really stop him. And it's just going to be hard times for random mouse clicks right now.
Radiant's top tower
Armlet complete. Slardar whacking away there at the T1 in the top lane. Couple of wards on their way for Crystal Maiden. Get any sort of vision they can. Oh no, sorry, not for the Crystal Maiden, sorry. For the Rubik, he's going to get any sort of relative vision out there, especially here towards the bottom. Slappy Leroux waiting behind the tower. Man, Axe-Boy, he can't even farm. Look at this. He's pincered in a corner here. He's under constant threat. Now Mirana's pushing the lane down towards him, but Slappy's going to go by in the jungle instead. Take the opportunity to get a little bit of farm, then maybe turn his attention back towards the bottom. We'll go ahead and take a moment to look over the gold graph. You can see it's 3K gold lead right now for Wingardium. We'll switch it over to net worth. Klink's definitely leading the front. Death Prophet is right behind. We haven't taken a moment to look over Death Prophet. She does go for that, that early Yules we spoke of earlier. And now they're putting a lot of aggression here on the top. They're thinking about making a go at the tier 1. She does have level 2 Exorcism, but all the meanwhile, Klink's in your bottom lane quickly takes apart the Lifestealer. Makes it look easy. And we're at that point. Now I'm going to go at a tier 1 of his own. And Radiant can't seem to decide where they want to commit to. They should see that Klink's his bottom lane. They have a 4 vs 4 here. Maybe make a go. Klink's doesn't even have a TP to go to the top lane if he'd like. There we go. Amp damage already on Nyx Assassin. His Vendetta on cooldown, 17 seconds. So he can't even get in there to help scout out or make an initiation happen. There we go. Scooby will pull the trigger on the Exorcism and try to make a go here at the tier 1. Dundee no Blink Dagger yet, so he can't just make a go in there. Shadow Ranger pulls the trigger, Moonlight Shadow, and now they might be forced to step back. She's going to find a good opportunity to throw out the arrow, and finally, here comes OD. Quickly grab and rip apart. Crystal Maiden is down, but so is Slardar and the Rubik. Klink steps in, lays out some heavy damage. Now they're trading back and forth, turns the attention on the Death Prophet. They step it back. It is a 4 vs 3 year advantage for random mouse clicks as Timbersaw, meanwhile, laying out some good burst damage there. And the tier 1 falls as well, so slight upper hand there for random mouse clicks. I thought it was going to look good for him. They had a good initiation, with Mirana and her Moonlight Shadow, but Mirana's pretty squishy still. Only phase boots on hand, so as she tries to head on there, blows up right in her face. Frug's the same. These guys are pretty low. They can't even stand up to anything that Timbersaw would have to offer. Death Prophet already building towards the counteraction of Klink's getting the Ghost Scepter. Doesn't want to get caught out. And Klinks finishes off his BKB. Now he has the freedom to build into some damage. And really be a big pain in the ass. Nice DD, Rune Dundee. He's going to snag that up right away. No one around this top lane to make anything happen, however. Lifestealer will go through the front, scout it out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, no wards for them. They can't see Klinks is right over here, and this is not going to be a good setup here. Death Prophet now with Ghost in hand, so she'll be fine. But here we go. Aggression as Dundee makes a jump in, but in from behind. Slappy wants to get Crystal Maiden. Nice Yule's timing to throw him up. He BKBs to get out of there, but he ends up getting the Crystal Maiden regardless. Derby on the back pedal as they quickly sneak out the tier 1 and retreat back. (12-17), your new score. Oh, what is this? They're gonna quickly sneak in a Roche. They are gonna go for the Roche real quick as they do feed over Rubik. Maybe it's just like so ballsy that I don't even think random mouse clicks even think that's an idea, but they pop the Exorcism and they're making it go right at the tower. So they will trade a tier 2 and a Rubik kill for this Aegis. Dundee gets it and they retreat out.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top
Slappy
tower is under attack.
taking the high ground here, scouting things out, but uh-oh, Crystal Maiden. She has been really upset with Klinks this game. Just picking on her. What a son of a bitch. Arrow flies out. It will hit the creep. It's just really calm right now. Wingardium. They don't really have much vision out there. I mean, they have this down here, but they're not putting too many aggressive wards. They're not looking to get any easy pickoffs here. But same goes for Weebu. He hasn't really had much of an opportunity to scout out with the Vendetta and make a pickoff happen of their own. Regen acquired. Slappy Leroux making a hunt through the jungle. Will not catch anyone. RMC forced to play very clumped up right now and very defensively. Death Prophet will have Exorcism back in about 15 seconds. Let's see if they get on the back pedal of that and make a push happen with the help of Exorcism. It wouldn't be a bad idea. They have been taking towers successfully, so gold, it's ahead. It's for Wingardium, but it's not too crazy. It's 6k, so it's pretty bad, actually. Chakram flies out, Lifestealer eating big damage. He will go down as Klinks takes him right apart, and now Death Prophet has to pull out the Exorcism, try to live. Ooh, she will fall. That's a 2 takedown there. Slappy Leroux happy to reap in the benefits as he gets the godlike streak. And Outworld drops the hammer. Takes out Weebu. That is 3 down. Nice pick off and catch there. On the side, Klinks just does too much hard-hitting damage with the help of the Searing Arrows. Already going to town on the tower. They should get this with ease. And man, Rubik happy to grab the Exorcism, using it to their own benefit. And now their push game is real serious, but it's still a little too early. Both Death Prophet and Nyx will be back momentarily, but they're going to take the farm on the way out, not leave him anything.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You know who's going to remember how to spell that there, Cobb 50NM? A true Dota nerd will remember how to spell that. So that's why that quiz has got all sorts of difficulty. For the true Dota fan or not. Slappy building right into the Chrysalis. Going to go straight for the deeps. Man, he is nearly level 19. And way ahead in net worth. 14k net worth. Right behind him is his comrade Dreams at about 8.7k, but nearly double the farm. Death Pact, will they see it? They have a nice sentry ward here. Doesn't catch him out. Death Prophet Feeling pretty aggressive, Sentry. Ooh, but he sidesteps upward and will not be seen by that. Oh, but he's making a move here on the mid lane. Takes out the Nyx Assassin. Now Lifestealer eating a lot of damage. And that BKB is going to let him go on a relentless killing spree. Raking in 2 extra kills. And this is not looking good already for random mouse clicks. Slappy, 3.1. He's going to have that Demon Edge and be one more step away from finishing out the Daedalus, and then he can really put on a hurtin'. Wow, look at this. Both Invis scouting out. Death Prophet jumps in, but they immediately have to retreat. Ooh, that crit! Slowed down by the Yules. Arrow will not catch. Will he drop the big one? Nope, he has to step back. He's got 14 more seconds before he can use the ultimate, but they get the tier 2. And random mouse clicks are getting choked up more and more back into the base. As one more outer tower remains on the bottom lane. We'll see if maybe Wingardium want to make the rotation all the way to the bottom. Happy to take in the extra farm. Not leaving RMC anything to work with. Not giving him any extra vision. And all your meanwhile, Dundee managed to pick up his own BKB, but Aegis, it's got to be relatively expired soon. So they might want to look to make a fight happen here before the Aegis does expire. It looks like they're all rotating to the bottom. That might be the case. They're going to try to take the tier 2, and maybe they push forward. Take advantage of having the Aegis in the first place and make a fight happen. Here we go. Can they get it? They're making a push in here. Timbersaw, Lolhat. He's got the burst. He can make it happen. Watch out for the arrow. They do sidestep. He does have Bloodstone complete. BKB pops out. He's going to try to lock down one. They grab Weebu and take him right apart. Nyx down. Now turning attention on the Crystal Maiden. Not close enough to get the last hit. That's 2 BKBs down as they take out the tier 2. Will they continue pushing forward without the BKBs? Crypt Swarm flies out. Death Prophet has to have Exorcism here. She waits to use it until they try to break the hill. Now World has his ultimate as well, so... Playing a bit of footsie here. Chakram will fall short. Uh-oh. Lolhat caught out with the arrow. I don't think they're going to push forward. They lay a sentry just in case, and it looks like they will retreat back to the lane. Go ahead and throw up the items, because why not? Let's look over some of the items that have been picked up. Dreams, he grabs his Lincoln Sphere. Good job, Dreams! And 3.3k in your bank account. Wow, that's impressive. He's got a lot of extra gold. What is he going to do? Is he going to go for that quick sheep stick? That'd be pretty swell. Uh-oh, Slappy getting caught out with the Yules, but turns it right back on him. Uses another BKB charge. He's going right through these BKB charges right now. He's already down to 5 seconds. Death Prophet has a fair amount of money, but might be forced to hold on to it in case things get bad. And he has to throw out... Oh no! Nyx Assassin caught out! Taken down! Got blindsided from the Mirana arrow, and Lifestealer's down for the count. He has no buyback to get back in this one. There we go. They grab Weebu, take him down as well already. A 3 versus 5 here in the bottom. Death Prophet forced to pull the trigger on the Exorcism and get them back. Arrow flies out, but it will not catch. She's really low. Dundee's going for the kill. BKB pop. Gets the stun. They get the job done. Mirana's taken down the Scooby, and now they go to town on the tier 3 tower. Only Crystal Maiden alive to lay out the Frost Nova. Nice fortification. Dundee toggling the armor to get away. Has to be careful, though. Now they go try to take their first set of racks, committed to it. They get the Oh man, they get Crystal Main. They call out the GG. They know that this one's not going to happen. The hill is going to be too steep to climb to try to get back in it. Wingardium showing some nice dominance here in the 2 games. Good for them. Quickly getting it done there in the 2nd game, about just shy of 30 minutes in. They take 2 points. And random mouse clicks are going to have to pull it together for the next one and try to get themselves up and going and on the board. But nice, good start early in this league for Wingardium. So props to them. Props to Slappy LaRoe joining us in the chat. So I want to thank them for allowing me to cast their game. I want to thank Amateur Dota League for having me. And I will keep you guys posted on when we will jump into the next one. Let's get some music rolling in the background as we get ready to change things over. But if you haven't already, please do me the favor and follow me on Twitch. Also, follow me on Twitter so you can see when I will go live. I'm always very constant about posting what kind of games I will be casting and when. But with that said, for now, I'm probably going to call it a night. Maybe I'll be back. I'll see how that works out. But before we do any of that, I want to show you guys, if you haven't seen already, my new studio. Oh yeah, you like that studio right there? Oh, complete with music and everything. Oh yeah. Oh, let's get rid of that big black box. This would be my potential co-caster. I want to go ahead and give a quick thanks to everyone for stopping by and hanging out with me. If you need to know any more information, feel free to scroll down on that twitch.tv page. It's been a pleasure. Please enjoy the rest of your night.
And 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights. He just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him. But fuck him, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him cause he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds. The skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear. Be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse. This dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard he fucking with that stock.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
They call him Ryu, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's a prick, he's a cock. The type women wanna be within rappers, hope he gets shot. 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, this shit is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of shit that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He often gets a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it given that birth that doesn't stand for an acronym? No, he's living proof. Let him rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and his crew are known around as one of the best. Dedicated to what they do and give 100%.
Forget Mike, nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time because he writes every note and he writes every line. And I've seen him at work when that light goes on in his mind. It's like a design is written in his head every time before he even touches a key or speaks in a rhyme. And those motherfuckers he runs with, the kids that he signed.